Hallo Leute und willkommen zurück in einer weiteren Folge Genshin Impact. Wir hatten hier letzte Folge aufgehört und jetzt machen wir auch weiter. Wir waren ja hier, wir haben in den letzten Folgen ja die Probleme von den zwei schon mal gelöst. Jetzt versuchen wir das letzte Problem. Let's go!
What are you doing, Okolan? Wake up!
Don't you recognize us, my boy?
The Abyss monsters are everywhere. Everywhere. They've taken over the tribe. No corner is safe. Did we lose the battle? No. It's pointless to think about that now. A warrior only has one job. Fight until the very end. Careful! He's not himself!
Okotlan!
Immer noch schade, dass du nicht redest.
Right now. Right here. Right now. He thinks we're a big monster? Hey, it's okay! We're not the bad guys!
Come on! Wretched Abyss! Get out of my tribe! Mom, Dad, are gone. This is my final battle!
Nein, es ist nicht ein letzter Kampf. Dafür sorge ich keine Sorge. Und zack. Wunderbar.
Please, son, you've got to stop. You can't keep going like this.
Wretched monsters! Give me my family back! Look, Okolan! That's your father! He's standing right in front of you! Get out of my home! I'll never forgive you!
Are you alright, sir?
I'm fine. Please, don't hurt my son. He's just trying to protect his home.
But what should we do now? He's different from the other two. It's like he can't hear us at all. He keeps calling us monsters. We're basically enemies to him now.
Okotlan.
Abyssal corrosion syndrome. 500 years later, and it's resurfaced again.
Huh? That voice, it's...
Der Capitano.
Direct contact with high concentrations of abyssal power causes irreversible mental trauma in most people. The exact presentation will vary according to trauma level. Some will suffer from superficial hallucinations and maintain the capacity to perceive the outside world. In such cases, verbal and physical interaction can be used to break through the hallucination. However, there are also those who are so far gone, entrenched in hallucinations so deep, that medical intervention is the only option. That's why we developed the Drought of Lucidity.
The draft of lucidity?
It's a kind of medicine that can dispel the psychological impact of the Abyss. The treatment comes with severe side effects, including chronic migraines for the rest of the patient's life. So, it's reserved for the worst cases. This man is a devoted warrior, one not easily swayed from battle. That is precisely why it's so difficult to pull him out of this hallucination. If you trust me to be true to my word, give him this.
Wretched monsters! Setting up an ambush! Give me your worst. It's either your end or mine! Hurry! He's awake!
Please, give him the draft. My son thinks he's alone in this world. In his mind, all his family and comrades are gone, and only enemies remain. There's nothing more painful for a warrior than losing everything you fought so hard to protect.
Monsters! What's going on? Dad? What are you doing here? My head hurts. I just had the strangest dream. I dreamt the Abyss took over the tribe.
It's all right, my boy. It was just a nightmare. Let's go home. You need a good night's sleep. But first, I want to thank you for saving my son. May I ask your name?
Just Capitano is fine.
I owe you more than words can say, Mr. Capitano. My name is Mune. You're welcome in my home anytime. Time to go, son. Can you stand?
Thank goodness everything turned out all right.
Think nothing of it. I agreed to offer you my aid, so this is merely a part of that duty. Besides, I care deeply about this land.
Right! When we were with Moika, you told us you and your soldiers defended Natlan against the Abyss 500 years ago.
That's right. My desire to protect this nation remains unchanged. When my platoon arrived in Natland 500 years ago, like you, we were true outlanders. But as time passed, I encountered the people of this land and witnessed their desperate struggle against the Abyss. Though many of the warriors were rash and inexperienced, they were steadfast and fearless in battle, willing to do anything to protect their fellow citizens, oftentimes with complete disregard for their own survival. Just as I fought for the glory of Conria, they fought for the survival of their nation. We happened to share a common enemy, so I decided to offer my aid. We fought side by side to the very end. I traveled to many places after that, but I never forgot this land. Even now, my work in Natlan remains unfinished. They remember who I used to be. The Sentinel Knight, who fought with the Masters of the Nightwind. Still, I prefer to leave all that in the past. That name carries with it the glory of my homeland and the honor of Natlan. Yet, I failed to bring my soldiers home. And I failed to help Natlan defeat the Abyss.
But that's not your fault. The Abyss is way stronger than any of us imagined.
You need not comfort me. I am no longer who I once was. Let the events of the past continue to collect dust in the annals of history. I will continue to help Natlan in my own way.
Like, with the draft of lucidity? Who knew you could make medicine? Were you a doctor before?
The drought was Guthred's invention. He was a respected military doctor, as well as my trusted second-in-command. We faced a similar situation to what you witnessed today. The endless battles against the Abyss triggered delusions among the soldiers, to the point where some attempted to kill each other. In order to develop a treatment as fast as possible, Guthred used himself as a test subject. He passed away shortly after the drought was complete. That's who he was. Unrelenting in his pursuits. No matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. In the end, he even gave himself up for a chance at success. I'm sure he would be pleased his creation aids people, even now. The Abyss has wrought enough suffering on this land. I sincerely hope this war will end soon.
Stop worrying about other people's survival, about their losses and sacrifices. You just need to win. That must be why I've returned. For this moment. Please finish what you set out to do, Commander.
You're more perceptive than I imagined. However, some things are better kept secret for now. We may be working together, but our goals are not entirely aligned.
What's with the secrets all of a sudden? Paimon's starting to think we should be more careful around you.
I do not mean to jeopardize the trust between us. I simply prefer to keep this to myself, because it's a personal matter. All I can tell you is this. Natlan may have survived the worst of the crisis, but the souls of this land are still not at peace. And that is why my work is not yet done.
Well, if it's personal, then we'll just have to trust you.
If you have other questions, I'm willing to answer them.
Wait, like anything? Paimon wants to know how you eat with the mask. Anything you want to ask, Traveler?
Natlan must pay the price for Mawika's use of the Ruler of Death's power. That price is death. And only Mawika's death can clear the debt. Even now that the war's over and the threat to Natlan is gone, it looks like that death is still set in stone.
In the garden cultivated by the gods, flowers and weeds grow side by side. When the weeds compete for nutrients in the soil, the gardener intervenes to inhibit their growth. I'm not one to pass judgment based on my own standard of right and wrong. But it is an undeniable fact that she is responsible for my suffering, as well as that of my people. If that explanation is too difficult to understand, allow me to show you exactly what I mean. The ruler of death can freely define the form of death, or grant immortality to anyone she desires. Her power is a rule in and of itself. Faced with such an overwhelming level of power, it can feel hopeless to resist. But I am of the belief that, in this world, no destiny is unchangeable, no death inevitable, and no rule unbreakable. So, before the final moment truly arrives, we must fight harder than ever.
Oh, did something happen?
This is a critical time for you, Traveler. It's best not to delay, so let us end our conversation for now. Best of luck to you all. Goodbye.
Capitano. Wir sind im Grunde Kameraden, oder?
So in the end, the captain still hasn't told us his real goal. He kind of reminds Paimon of someone we met recently. Oh, right, the Lord of the Night! They just seem so tired, you know? Since they've both been alive for many centuries, do you think that's just what happens when you've been alive for too long?
Das weiß man tatsächlich nicht, weil Dainslev ist ja auch schon verdammt lange am Leben. Wo muss ich denn hin teleportieren? Ich teleportiere mich mal dahin. Vielleicht ist es ja da, wo wir uns teleportieren sollen. Scheint richtig zu sein. Ach. Da sind ja alle. Und manche, die nicht reden werden. Ja. Oh, weggeschlagen.
Kanich, Kachina, Mualani? Woo! Everyone's here! Reunited at last. Did you miss us? I brought candy and cookies to share.
Wie? Hat sie eine neue Stimme oder ist sie wieder da? What?
Of course we missed you! Ooh, you brought Source Crackers too? Score!
Ah, just in time, traveler. It's so stifling in here. I was just about to go outside to get some air.
It's the same temperature outside. Anyway, how was the trip here?
To be honest, I also didn't expect this many people to show up. A third of this amount is more than enough for my plan. I need to ask them about you, gather their thoughts and hopes. That will help the formation of your ancient name. Oh, you brought the Pilgrim's Chronicle, right? Yeah, let me take a look. Okay. The progress looks good. We have enough people, so let's get started.
Sorry I'm late.
Shaska showing up late for something? That's a first.
I had to follow a group of monsters further than expected. When I got back, I heard about what you did for my tribe. Thank you.
Okay, let's save the pleasantries for later. Everyone's here, so let's get started. All right, let me remind everyone what's going to happen. I need each of you to stand before the Pilgrim's Chronicle and share your stories about the Traveler. Your words will be recorded and become a part of the Traveler's ancient name. Any, questions?
Nope.
All right, then, to start things off...
Hold on. Remember
China spricht
what
wieder,
we
Leute.
discussed?
Oh, right, I almost forgot. Traveler, Paimon, you, can't be here for this part.
Huh? But why? We want to hear what everyone has to say.
I need people's true thoughts and feelings. It's best if the subject in question isn't involved. It's much more difficult to express those feelings to someone's face. People get shy in those situations. It's just how it is.
You're right. Just like when Paimon doesn't have enough more to pay for her meal, but she's too embarrassed to tell the Traveler, so she has to make up some excuse. So basically, you want us to leave the Pilgrim's Chronicle here and wait nearby?
Oh, don't worry. This shouldn't take long.
Everything Shilonen said made sense, but did you see St. Lolly's reaction back there? She was definitely the one who decided we should leave. But staying out here is just making Paimon even more curious about what everyone's gonna say. Anyway, you're gonna have an ancient name soon. Ooh, that's so exciting! Feels like we've been in Natland for quite a while already, doesn't it? You're right! If only Paimon could say a few things about you in there.
Well, looks like you're about to have that chance.
Shilonen, is everything all set?
Almost. We're just missing one last thing. You've been by the Traveler's side the longest, Paimon. We need to hear what you have to say.
But Paimon's not from Natland.
Oh, it doesn't matter. As a Traveler's companion, your contributions are extremely important. You're the perfect person to finish the story. Sorry, Traveler. I just need to borrow Paimon for a second. It should be quick. Paimon gave us a lot, whew, and I mean a lot of information. I'm not even sure the Lord of the Night managed to get all of it.
Well, we've been to 6 nations already.
Here, you can have the Pilgrim's Chronicle back. I'll
Stimmt,
need it when
das
I
ist schon die
forge the
6.
name, but you can
Region.
continue your adventures in the meantime.
Ach du heilige
And when
Leute.
the time comes, I will forge you an ancient name unlike anything that's come before, so that you, Moika, and Natlan as a whole can finally put an end to this endless war.
Alle Flammen sind eins. Wow. Und so habe ich es fertig? Natürlich habe ich es fertig. Juti, Leute, damit haben wir auch schon die Tagesquest jetzt auch damit erledigt. Wunderbar. Ihr seht auch schon, ich bin Passstufe 22. Ich bin fleißig dabei, den Pass hochzuleveln. Weil, wie gesagt, wir haben für Chaska ja sehr viel Urgestein verballert. Und wir versuchen jetzt etwas das Urgestein wieder zurückzubekommen. Ihr seht schon, ich habe schon 5 davon. Jetzt habe ich hier schon mal 10 Erziehungen fertig. Läuft doch richtig gut. Wenn alles gut funktioniert, kriegen wir vielleicht Moika noch hin. Ihre Erziehung. Aber ich glaube, wir dürfen die 50-50 nicht verkacken mit ihr. Hm? Was?
I'll need the Pilgrim's Chronicle back when I'm ready to forge the name. If there are still adventures you want to record, better finish them before then. I hope everything will go well. I swear, even I'm starting to feel nervous now.
Die Story ist zu Ende? Ist es jetzt das hier, was losgeht? Annehmen. Aha. Okay. Nachtwindbrief. Ich denke mal, Leute, das gehört auch was mit Story mit dazu. Okay, bevor wir das machen. Also die Folge wird auf jeden Fall gleich zu Ende sein. Der Vorteil ist, wir haben die ganzen Teleporter freigeschaltet. Das ist das Schöne. Deswegen sparen wir uns echt eine Menge Zeit. Nee, ich wollte nach da. Ich wollte zu dir, Catherine. Ich danke dir. Für weitere 20 Urgestein. Thank you very much. Na. Und wieder eine Erziehung fertig, Leute. Stimmt ja. Von diesem Buch kriegst du ja unglaublich viele Sachen. Das hört ja nicht auf, ne? Du kriegst ja auch so Unmengen an Urgestein. Gott. So, davon habe ich 60%. Ihr seht auch schon, Leute, ich bin fleißig dabei. Ich brauche 80, das sind weitere 100 Urgestein. Hier sind gerade erstmal 51. Aber ist auch nicht schlecht, schon 51. Wir sind auf jeden Fall gut mit dabei. Ja. Läuft eigentlich ganz gut. Wir haben schon 10er. Ihre Waffe ist auch fertig. Die habe ich auch auf 90. Die ist gerade momentan noch auf 80. Ein Artefakt fehlt uns noch für sie. Und die Talente halt. Aber sonst ist sie eigentlich, unsere Chaska, schon gut mit dabei tatsächlich. Okay, ich weiß zwar jetzt nicht, warum sie so leuchtet. Aber sie ist die einzige, die so orange leuchtet. Wahrscheinlich, ich glaube, sie hat irgendwie gerade irgend so einen Buff oder sowas in der Art. Ach, deswegen. Ich glaube, das andere ist aufgeladen bei ihr, deswegen. Okay, Leute, ich würde sagen, ich muss auf jeden Fall nach da. Das bedeutet, wir porten uns nach da. Genau. So, wir müssen auf jeden Fall, da ist irgendwie der richtige Weg. Ah, ne, wir können uns direkt da bei der Gottesstatue teleportieren. Geht ja auch, wunderbar. Okay, Leute, das heißt, in der nächsten Folge sehen wir hier bei den Stamm jetzt. Auch nicht schlecht. Euer Masho, bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschaußen.